Hello YouTubers, before I go to bed tonight, the time is 11:02 p.m. and it is January 26th, 2019, and I'm showing you the Olympic that will be finished tomorrow. About 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll be doing templates of the decks, lookouts, and smokestacks off actual pictures, and then actually taping this side first before I put the decks on with this. This is the actual design that they put on the Olympic. On actual pictures, it looks like it was coming off. So that's how the Olympic looks. I'll show you in up close. You see what I mean now? Take it back all the way to the stern. So when I made this video, you notice that piece that had a white strip there? The stick, I used a glue stick to glue all this on. And that didn't hold, and that actually, all this stuff right here came off. And there was a mix-up with the deck and the name. It was an actual mix-up. I apologize that you've seen it was last the Titanic, but this was the Titanic right here. It's supposed to be the wreck. This is the sister ship in World War II. I think it was 1940s, the day after the Titanic sank. Right here's the wreck. So you're seeing the Olympic. The Olympic's deck actually does not have another layer. I'll show you the layer I put on by accident. It was the Titanic, but the name was switched, but it was an accident. The last video you seen, the ship was sinking, but it didn't work, so it's the ship's name as Unreliable. So this is the extra deck piece. So the deck is actually going all the way back like the actual ship. So you might notice is brown, camouflage with lines. That's actually going to be covered with lights. Paper. Yes, I noticed you noticed the TITANIC WRECK model. You've seen it all together in the last video because I was actually syncing it. This is the actual deck. So the deck actually perks up and goes all the way to the front. Plans for the lookouts. There will be another smaller deck right here, going like this. I'm waiting for very long toothpicks, because that's what we're using for the lookout mast. The bow will have the same material. There will be details on the poop deck. There was a actual extra railing hanging over here. There are lifeboat davits right here with lifeboats attached. So the lifeboat davits are up here. I'd say let's talk about the wreck I made here from 1935. So such as the Olympic is the last remaining sister after the Britannic also sank. The question is the wreck gonna be raised? So this is the Titanic's bow rack. The stern section is downstairs. You might have noticed it was actually unfinished after we broke it apart. So I just cut this off because the actual wreck of the lookout mast is broken off and it's evaporated. So is the lookouts and the decks where the smokestacks are collapsed. So this is the side view. The seabed punctured the iceberg grip right here. And right here, they actually found the letter O from the Olympic. So it must have switched with the actual stuff. They actually cut off the O on the Olympic. So look at the difference between the Titanic underwater wreck model bow section, and the Olympic bow section. The Olympic is still sailing. This is the day after the ship gets scrapped. So if you notice the bow, the ocean floor cracked off or rotted off most of the ship's entire thing showed on the Olympic here. I'll show you the decks over top. Okay, so this is the bow section. You notice that this part here was the promenade deck for the smokestacks. This is also when the smokestack promenade disintegrated 3 or 10 years. The bow has been under the water, so as the stern as well, over 100 years after the sinking of this famous liner. And I said mostly the boilers along here are actually rotting because there are these rusticles feeding off the actual material. So thanks for watching the differences between the Olympic and the Titanic. I hope you have a good night and sleep good, YouTube.